On all of the platforms. Yes, officially we are live. So hello everyone and welcome to the Slam Jam Championship Wrestling Show here on the Extreme Improv Extreme YouTube channels, as well as the Slam Jam channels wherever you're watching across the world. There's a lot to discuss as we're gearing up for Survivor Series, and we're gearing up for full gear, All Elite Wrestling. This was a terrible intro.
That link was so good on paper.
On paper, yeah.
It's the Slam Jam Show. We're dynamite, you better feel alive. We're better than you, and you know it. Yeah. If you don't like it, we got two words for you. Slam Jam. Feel the power. Feel the roar. Slam Jam. It's the smackdown you've been waiting for. You can't see us, Chico. You'll be serving hot time. Ooh, yeah. Slam Jam, and that's the bottom line. Slam Jam. Now it's a Slam Jam wrestling show. We're live for life, up good. It's the big show. You got no chance when you're real forget. That's the risk, that's the worst. If you spell what we're cooking, it's a Slam Jam wrestling show. The champion's here. Snap into a Slam Jam. The Slam Jam show. Yeah, yo. Yeah. Oh, you didn't know. It's the Slam Jam show. Lead a blast. Whooping ass. It's the Slam Jam F1 show from you. Yeah.
Okay, so hello everyone out there in internet land. This is the Slam Jam Championship Wrestling Show, where we are gearing up for the Survivor Series and All Elite Wrestling's Full Gear. Boom! Nailed it
better.
second time. Thank God we weren't live that first time. Oh,
Right.
whoops. Yes, we were. So, hello. Ian, say hello to the people.
Hello to the people.
Good. Now, we're probably going to get some run-ins. We'll see. 'Cause sometimes it happens. Sometimes people have tech issues. We'll see. But I am David, and we're going to be discussing everything going on in the world of professional wrestling. Since the last show, we have had the return of Zack Ryder and Dolph Ziggler to the WWE. And since our last show, they're both now done with the company. So there we go. One shots, one and dones.
Is that confirmed that they were both one shots?
Well, of course they were, right? Why would they suddenly? Well, Ziggler surely is, because we were talking over the last couple of weeks about how he basically had to beg to be let go. Why would he just come? Oh, thank God they've brought me back. He could have still been there. They'd have never got rid of him.
True. I thought it was nice to see them both. I was always more of a Ziggler guy than I was a Zack Ryder guy. His pop on SmackDown was a bit wishy-washy, maybe.
It was.
I don't know. I know that we were expecting Joe Hendry. I don't know if the audience were expecting him to. But yeah, not nice for them both to get their sort of get their stuff in. They both did the job, which I think was probably the right decision. I thought Ziggler did what he always did in his career, which was do a great job looking other people look good, because he
okay. So that bump where here comes Dev, but that bump where Ziggler went into a turnbuckle and it just looked like it murdered him. Just absolutely unreal. Hello, Dev.
Hello. Am I supposed to
doing?
be seeing two screens?
You probably can, yeah. So a new thing that StreamYard offer is the ability to show vertical video as well as horizontal. So audience, I can probably give you a little preview as well. If I click show vertical, you get to see a little preview of what the vertical looks like. But I think you could probably have a button just to hide that. Maybe not. I don't know. But anyway, Dev, we were just talking. We have had the return of Zack Ryder and and of Dolph Ziggler. It's so confusing. It's like two people. They got 4 names between them.
Right.
Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler, Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder. Brian Myers is still waiting somewhere. It lost in the ether, and yeah, they were probably one and done. It wouldn't surprise me if one of them, or either of them, or both of them, showed up for something like a Royal Rumble appearance.
Yeah.
Obviously, will Zack Ryder or Matt Cardona have any further? Because like Matt Cardona wrestled on NXT a few weeks ago, so I think he might just about wormed his way into the same territory that the Hardys are now. So where it's like, oh well, we like you. You're always kind of in the family, but we're going to let you just live in your own new house and not invite you back into the main house fully.
See, a few months ago, Zack Ryder had an interview with Chris Van Vliet, where he said he always carries 2 sets of knee pads. One that says like MC, and one set that says ZR, just in case.
Just in case. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here to also give some views on this, Gav, say hello to the people.
Hello, people. How you guys doing?
Yeah, good. We were just talking about the surprise returns of Nick Nemeth and Matt Cardona in their WWE personas just to get jobbed out. Like the idea, are we getting Edge? Are we getting Jericho for Cena's last match or something like this? It's just going to be Gunther now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be Gunther. But it could still be Bull Buchanan.
To be square.
Or his son.
Yeah.
Or his son.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Brooks Jensen.
Why would he be
on
Bull
NXT.
Buchanan's son? Is he?
Because
Is that
he's on
thing?
NXT. He's on NXT.
Oh, no way. Who is he?
Brooks Jensen.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
And he made a tweet about it as well. Like
Okay,
years ago.
so hang on. Right. So what's his name? Brooke what?
Brooks Jensen.
Right. There's too many Brooks, Bronze, and stuff like this. First thing. Second thing, like, does he even count as a second generation wrestler? Because if your dad is Bull Buchanan, I don't think you can say you're a second
Right,
generation
you've
wrestler.
got B squared, right? You've got BJ.
It writes itself.
There you go.
Quite literally.
See, the reason that became into prominence is because when the tournament got announced, he made a tweet saying, 20 years ago, you humiliated my father. I want my revenge, or something like that.
Wow. I'd have fired him for that. No, I'm joking, right? Be like, stop trying to go into business for yourself.
Another weird thing is, nobody
go.
realized this. Carmella is a second generation wrestler as well.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah.
That was like a jobber from the 80s.
Sorry?
Her dad was a jobber from the 80s, I think.
That's right, yeah.
Wow.
I forgot his name.
Okay, fair enough. But, well, a jobber from the 80s is still better than B squared. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, now, because look, being a jobber from the 80s was like the golden era of professional wrestling.
Yeah.
B squared is, look, his era. It's weird that the era that, that came to prominence of John Cena and Batista and Randy Orton, when you look at the jobbers from that era, they are so, they're not going to have a return. You're not going to have a return of Deuce and Domino or most of the guys that emerged in that era didn't actually have a long lifespan. Jesus. Yeah. Go on, Dev.
Well, I was saying that the 2002 OVW class was amazing, if you look at it now.
Well, yeah, but so who else was there? You were talking about
that's a particular level though, isn't it? I think David's talking about those were the main guys that came through.
Yeah, so
the kind of underlings of that period are just kind of lost.
So it was Cena, Orton, Brock, Shelton,
Benjamin,
Batista, and someone else. I forgot who it was. There's a sixth one.
There's a sixth one.
Jindrak.
I think so.
No, Jindrak was already in WCW. He'd already been in He was already a WCW guy. He was. There was. I don't know how much you guys saw the last days of WCW, but there was this time period where they were like, WWE have got all these young wrestlers. We need to just get anyone from the power plant, and that's where we got Mike Modest, Sean O'Hare, Mark Jindrak. I'm trying to remember, like Kwee and all of these others that absolutely just weren't ready to be on television, and none of them, I think, really made it to anything. But then, strangely, and it not Power Plant Guy, on like the final 2 episodes of Nitro or Thunder, you suddenly got AJ Styles. So how about that? If they could have got him a few months earlier, because a year later he was the hottest thing in TNA. So
what's really interesting about the AJ Styles thing is when he first debuted, he was doing the shooting star press, and Billy Kidman got pissed off, so he had to invent the spinal tap.
Oh,
yeah,
I know that.
Yeah, I saw a thing about this quite recently, actually. So obviously Billy Kidman, his finisher was the shooting star, and someone coming in from NWA Wildside taking his move. Obviously AJ had no stroke to be able to say, I'm keeping this move. But like, yeah, he was Air Styles in WCW. I think he might have been a WCW Cruiserweight Tag Team Champion
with Air Paris.
With Air Paris, and I think quite possibly on the last ever Nitro or no, it can't have been last Thunder. Thunder ended a few months earlier, so perhaps the last ever Nitro, they had the WCW debut of Christopher Daniels, where they were like, "Oh, this is a big signing of this indie guy that's got some hype," and because ECW had folded, Rob Van Dam didn't want to go to WWE. He was like, I'm going to go to WCW. And WCW were this close to having AJ Styles and Rob Van Dam at the same time back then, with Christopher Daniels. And there could have been some others. It was such a weird time period for ECW to fold like 2 months before WCW folded. And all of this talent that then went on to be huge in TNA. Were just about to emerge, but different times. Okay, Dev.
So, funny story, at the very, very, very end of WCW, Road Dogg quit the WWE, right?
Yes.
He was like, fine, I'll go to WCW and get a job there. That'll bring me a lot of money. He goes there, I walk backstage and sees Shane, and then turns around and walks back out.
That's funny. But yeah, I don't know if he quit. Wasn't he fired? Wasn't it like
fired,
yeah. But anyway, right. So guys, let's come a little bit more to the present day. So we are a week away from Survivor Series. AEW Full Gear is tomorrow. So there's plenty to talk about. Mercedes Moné, let's just start here. She won the Ring of Honor Women's World title this week. I think she's now got 13 titles. Tomorrow, she is going for the AEW Women's World title. There's part of me that thinks like, oh, what if she fails here to win this? But at the same time, I feel like, well, what if she does fail? It's like it feels like the only way this story can start to go anywhere is if she actually completes it. I think the only way they can get out of this story with her is through an injury, where suddenly she has to relinquish 14 belts.
14 belts vacant.
Yes, exactly. So you know when there's that meme about vacant being the champion.
Yeah.
Like vacant just have all of these titles. But yeah, go on, Dev.
See, first of all, like I just want to quickly bring up: can Monet sue Gunther for stealing her theme?
No, you're not serious.
No,
that's Gunther's theme. She stole Gunther's theme.
Yeah, I was going to say it's the other way around, isn't it?
Okay, yeah. So, what do we think of Gunther coming back with his old theme?
I don't like it. I liked it before, but now I actually like the new theme more for him.
The one Death Rebel song that I was like, that fits him. It reminds me. I don't know why. It reminds me of like old school God of War, like PlayStation.
Yeah, true.
It has that kind of final boss. Not to use the Rock's phrase, but you know, but it fits. And it was his previous theme, wasn't it? So it's, I guess a good sign that they're undeath rebeling some of these people. But he was the one where it was like, oh no, I kind of like
that one.
Yeah.
I didn't mind Gunther's new theme, but I prefer his old theme. When that came on, I was like, yes. I was like, good. We're getting some things back in order here.
I kind of associate that with Walter.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because for most of the time he was Volta, but maybe this is one step away from a return to Volta.
Could be.
Go on, Dev.
I don't know how true this is, but there's a rumor that the reason the theme changed back to Walter's theme was because Lyra Valkyrie made a tweet about it saying, Gunther's theme sounds like Baby Shark.
Yeah.
Does it?
Oh, the beginning where it was like
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, maybe. Well, hopefully that's not the reason. Hopefully it's that they're getting rid of this terrible music. Why can't they bring back Jim Johnson still just to do a few themes?
Yes.
Just
even
give
just
some,
as a consultant, to help whoever the theme guys are.
It just needs someone to say, hey, what's this wrestler's character? What's their personality? And let's just hit a theme that's going to fit that.
Does he want to come back though? That's the thing.
I think so.
He does.
Maybe I think over the last 7-8 years, however long it's been, I've seen every clip I see of him is like, hey, I could do this, or I've tried to reach out, and for some reason, absolutely cold on him.
They need him.
Yeah.
So from what I know, is that when NXT first started, they needed too many themes for all the new wrestlers, right? And apparently that burned out Jim Johnston, and it was I'm done. There's way too much. He couldn't handle it. There's way too much to do.
But he didn't quit. They got rid of him.
Yeah, because he was burnt out and they're not releasing fast enough, so they got rid of him.
Well, that sucks. Because even back in the day, Jimmy Hart did themes for people as well.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels' theme is a Jimmy Hart theme, right?
That's right. Yeah.
So it's just just get a few.
Even the Royal Rumble theme, the old WrestleMania theme was all Jimmy, wasn't it?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What was the old Royal Rumble thing? Okay, right.
Yeah. Or is that the SummerSlam one? I always get mixed up. I think he done that one too.
Okay, what was the one that went? Okay, I'm going to really try to remember this. Is this what we might be doing the same one? No. Oh, I can't remember.
I like the idea that you've got an earpiece in there.
I'm just trying to block out the negative thoughts as I attempt to do this. Right. Yeah. Anyway. Good. So, what's the other major headlines? Where shall we start? We're still in the early phases of this here. Go on, Dev.
How do we feel about Dominic Mysterio getting 3 of Cena's final matches?
I don't mind that. So hang on, what? So one being
last week, the tag match now.
Well, the tag series. Yeah. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I think it's perfect. I think it fits the tone of what they need to be doing with him being Cena, pronouns pal. But the 6-man tag match on Raw, I thought was great. And it was a party match. It was like a house show, in the best possible way.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Cena obviously wants to wrestle his last Monday Night Raw, but you're literally holding a 16-man tournament for his last singles match. So you can't give him a singles match on Raw to person A, because then that totally dilutes what they're trying to do with the tournament. And I think Dom is young enough and on the right trajectory that this is perfect for him. So yeah, I think it's great.
Well, the one thing I didn't like on Raw, when John Cena was like, we should wrestle again right now. Let's throw this down, right, the belt. And it should have been, but you've got another one around your waist.
Yeah,
and then you should have been like, I want another world title.
Yeah, true, actually.
I'd have 100% have done it, 100%. Okay, did you guys see this thing? I saw it earlier today. Mark Henry on Busted Out. I didn't hear the clip. I just saw the headline. Was said that after John Cena's last match, whether it's against Gunther or whatever, I don't know if it means that Gunther wins, but Joe Hendry then comes out. And Joe Hendry says, look, I know it was your last match, but I just want to have on my record that I've had a match with you. And then he lays down in the ring so Cena can pin him, right? To me, this would be the very worst thing to do for John Cena or for Joe Hendry.
Yeah,
it wouldn't be a positive rub for Hendry at all.
I mean, after that, who would believe?
Well, no one would believe.
Exactly.
You know, yeah, it made me slightly less believe in Mark Henry. You know, normally he's got some pearls of wisdom.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
There, I was like, and to be fair, I didn't hear the clip. I didn't hear it. It was just the headline.
Right, okay.
It was just like, you know, he should get in the ring and just be like, hey, I just want it on my record that I've been in the ring with John Cena and lay down for him.
No.
And instantly that just makes me think of Jeff Jarrett laying down for Hulk Hogan or the finger poke.
Or the finger poke.
Yeah. Dev.
Hang on. Haven't both of them been in the Rumble together?
Yeah,
but that doesn't count.
Did they actually cross paths in the Rumble? I don't think
they might have done
it. Did they? They did.
They did cross paths, didn't they? Because they had a whole moment, didn't they?
I remember Sheamus really enjoying Joe Hendry and being like, "I like this guy."
Yeah.
Like,
I think Cena did. Yeah. I think Cena did do something with him for a split second. I don't know if he eliminated him.
It did. The Mark Henry idea, sort of like 96% of me was like, "That's the worst idea I've ever heard." And then just this tiny little bit was like, I would though be interested if Gunther then would have a legitimate reason, storyline wise, to beat the crap out of Joe Hendry, which I then thought would be an interesting feud because Joe Hendry singing songs about Gunther is something I kind of want to see. So that was the tiniest crumb of like, I'd like a Gunther Joe Hendry thing, but yeah, laying down for Cena after Gunther's already beaten him is.
I don't want Gunther to have. I'd like Joe Hendry to face John Cena because it feels like there's a genuine. He wanted the match with Cena. If it can actually happen, it feels like there could be a passing of the torch moment, even though like Joe Hendry is like 40 or whatever himself. So it's not to the young upstart, but it could be like, okay, you could be a next big thing.
The only person that could pull that off with lying down for Cena is R-Truth.
Yeah. Do you know what? That's such a good point. Yeah.
It's not going to hurt him, but like, because he's so goofy, you know?
Well, speaking of goofy, they've been doing this whole thing on SmackDown with R-Truth's balls, right?
Yeah.
With my balls in the he isn't in the bloody tournament after all this. Like, they're not even no, the bracket's complete now. So we've got more first round matches tonight, and then quarterfinals start on Monday, and he's not in there. So his balls may have been in the tumbler, but like, so does that suggest like in the storyline they had everybody's name in a tumbler and they just
could be
16 because there was only a handful of tumblers, a handful of balls in there, you know.
Yeah.
Ball stuff.
Dev.
I just read like today that WWE never reached out to AEW about Edge.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. Why would they? Right? Like if he's under contract, why? Like literally, why would they? Because if they do that, if I was Tony Khan, and I don't know if you guys saw that Tony Khan interview. That was like the big thing with some podcast guy that a couple of years ago. Yeah, who WWE have put on TV after he said that Tony Khan was the snowman or whatever like this. So obviously they made up. And then Tony Khan was on there. It was from all of what I saw of it. It was a pretty good podcast. But asking him like, have WWE reached out about Edge? If they did that, then if I was Tony Khan, I'd be like, well, you know that you said that Andrade couldn't wrestle for a year after we had him on TV. You know, you can use Edge once, but give us Andrade, and we'll call you for our next favor.
I mean, that's similar to what they did for TNA.
What with Christian?
Yeah.
Like if AEW, they let WWE have for like some anniversary show. Daniel Bryan send a message. Chris Jericho send a message. AEW got nothing back.
Yeah.
If I was AEW, I would be like, no. If Edge is under contract, I'd be like, why? Why would I do this?
I was going to say, even Chris Jericho was on the Austin show, wasn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, and then WWE, you know, they have done the whole counter programming thing. I would not let them have Edge for what. Imagine if he got injured. It's like, oh, that was his last match there or whatever. Dev.
What's interesting is that there was another retirement match with possibly one AEW person and one WWE person. They originally wanted a triple threat between Okada, Tanahashi, and Nakamura.
Okay.
And all three of them are going to retire. Yes. No, I'm joking. I don't mean that.
WWE said no, basically. Like WWE really wanted to until Okada got involved.
Well, see, yeah, again, because who's winning that?
They both have like really long history, but Tanahashi and Okada is more well known as a rivalry than Tanahashi and Nakamura.
It's amazing because Okada and Nakamura, by their respective current promotions, have been equally underused. Like, I couldn't say, like, obviously Nakamura won a Royal Rumble and got a main event at WrestleMania, but literally from the fact that he didn't win there, his career has never recovered.
Yeah.
Like, never recovered. And like, the chemistry with AJ didn't work in that match. They didn't repeat what they had in Japan. And then heel Nakamura, just with that low blow thing, was garbage. And he'll come on and he'll be like, oh, Nakamura's back. He's going after someone, but it's like it never amounts to anything. And it's that, what was that, 2019, 2018? It was so long ago now.
Yeah.
So, you know, I wouldn't send him there if I was WWE.
Yeah.
It's not going to help
I'm
him.
glad they've given him his old theme back though. Speaking of themes, that was really nice to hear.
Yeah.
I feel that both Okada and Nakamura are currently retiring in America. Like they're never going to be as good as they were in Japan. They're in America to retire.
I don't think they'll retire in America because name any Japanese wrestler that's retired in America, because even when you think of like Tajiri, Funaki, all these people that disappeared from WWE or wherever else years and years ago, like Masahiro Chono, whatever stints they've had in WWF, WCW, TNA or wherever, they always just end their careers back in Japan. Because if you're winding down your career, unless you've married like an American woman and you've got kids out there, you're just going to be like, if I'm a very, very 5-match a year wrestler, you'd go home, wouldn't you?
Because I was just about to say, like, every wrestler's dream is to actually wrestle in their hometown and Madison Square Garden. That's it.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Full Gear again. Looking at this card here, guys, it's like 13 matches again. Like AEW, it's gonna be like, it'll be 5 a.m. This will finish. Let's just quickly bring it up here because we can pick and choose. We don't have to go through all of the matches. Let's just bring it up here. So they've got 4 pre-show matches, which is ridiculous. It feels like an absolute slog, but that's like really generous. You know, by the time you've watched those, I'm done with wrestling for tonight. You know, you're done. But for me, I think Mercedes is going to win the women's world title. She has to.
I think it's logical, isn't it, to have her reach the peak before then she starts to spiral.
Well, exactly, because they're getting themselves into this situation where, like I say, unless there's an injury angle, how do you get out of this? That she has to just like lose 13 times, or it's like, oh, she lost the world title and the TNT or the TBS title rather. She lost the Ring of Honor title. Oh, she's still got the Princess Gold Super Japan Championship. It's like, what does that mean? What, you know, is she going to be? That's not even a trophy to hold up anymore.
Yeah, she has to win it really, because like, how long has she been in AEW now?
Oh, like 2 years.
Yeah, it's time really, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you need to like, you got to benefit from her being in the company by now, really.
Right.
So
and also her being the TBS champion and I think she's undefeated. Am I right in that?
I don't
know. I don't know if she's been defeated in tag or anything like this. so her title, it's the same when Jade was the TBS champion.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what makes the TBS championship less than the world title?
Exactly.
Because it feels like it's more important than the world title most of the time, because of when Jade was the champion. It's like, well, you've got this undefeated person that could beat the world champion, who may have been like, I don't think it was Britt Baker at the time.
No,
it could have been Britt, or it could have been Thunder Rosa for a little while, but then she had to relinquish it. I can't remember. But anyway, and so like Mercedes has to win this before you start to do it all unraveling kind of storyline. Dev,
she has lost six times and won in a singles match.
Oh, only once. Who was the singles loss to?
Tony Storm beat her, didn't she?
I think so, yeah.
Ah, okay.
At All In, right?
Yeah.
Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which was the title.
Okay, so then I guess one of the more interesting things, Adam Page versus Samoa Joe. Again, Hangman needs to keep this.
Yeah.
Like Joe, it almost feels a little bit surreal. Like the reason Joe was ever AEW World Champion is just because CM Punk left, and they needed someone to put it on at the time.
Yeah.
And so he had a short run where he beat MJF for it, didn't he?
That's right.
They had to get out of that because he was injured. But Samoa Joe at this stage of his career is literally a challenger. Like in WWE, like when he was on the main roster, he was just someone that challenged, but like Nakamura basically is now.
Yeah.
Occasionally you can put him up as a challenger, but he's never going to take it.
Like a gatekeeper for the up and coming.
Yeah.
I am intrigued though by the booking. I mean, again, I don't watch the regular AEW product, but Adam Page and Samoa Joe in a steel cage match, like
really?
A week or two after Blood and Guts. That's interesting.
Yeah. Well, this is interesting. Again, it was on one of these clips of this Tony Storm, I was about to say, Tony Khan interview, where they were saying, like, did you ever go too far? And he was like, I don't think we ever go too far. And he's like, maybe once or twice we went too far, but they weren't like my ideas. But again, this is overbooked. We've got a steel cage match after a more prominent steel cage match.
And 2 matches on the card are for cash prizes, which is another.
Yeah.
Like, I've heard about the Young Bucks storyline, but I didn't realize that there was a pre-show match for $200,000.
$200,000 page. I didn't even see that.
So you've got two matches on the same card that are like cash prize.
Yeah.
Just odd. Unless, are they connected with the Young Bucks storyline in any way? I don't think that they are. But
I don't think that they are either.
very weird.
Yeah, that is odd. Let's see, anything else that jumps out there? Obviously, you do have this Young Bucks storyline still going on, which is just this long ongoing thing about the Young Bucks. Like, I didn't particularly like. I know why some people did like it, but when we had like Baron Corbin, where it's like, oh, he's meant to be poor. It's like, we know he's not poor. We just having these celebrities on TV each week, being like, oh, I've lost all my money, kind of thing. Doing it with the Young Bucks when they were the EVPs and everything, it's run its course ages ago.
The only sort of AEW stuff that's permeated my kind of timeline over the past few months is Hangman Page winning the title, which looked incredible. But the only other stuff that's kind of seeped through my algorithm, if you like, is the Young Bucks stuff, where their entrances would be like glitched and they'd have no graphics, or it would be like,
or it'd come up saying,
insert talent name here. I thought it was great. Like I enjoyed that from a distance. Just
didn't it come up that they were Generation Me? That was their
really?
Yeah.
That is something I really do like about AEW, is they will have these little references and things that you just feel like WWE would never do. Little moments like that.
Right, kind of cute creativity.
Yeah, Dev.
Of the 2005-ish Attitude Facts, they used to have every Holly entrance. We used to have a fun fact, and that's what they did with Hangman. Like every title thing where they showed his name, his nickname was different on every show.
What, Adam Hangman Page?
Yeah.
Well, I think the famous one was that I've been drinking or something like this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I do like these little in jokes and stuff like that. Oh, hang on.
Of which, I should have probably put this under breaking news as well. Adam Cole, have you heard?
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
what?
He's out completely.
Yeah, he
Well,
might be
retired.
completely. Yeah, because of all the concussions and what he's been through. So
he's not even flying right now. Is that
No.
right? Did I hear that right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
can't
He's
awesome.
fly.
not well either, like at all.
Man, I hadn't heard that. That sucks.
Yeah. So hopefully.
Well, like, do you know what? I don't want him to wrestle again, and I don't mean that as a bad thing because I enjoyed him a lot. But if you've had like this level of stuff to come back from it, it sounds like a nice comeback story.
Yeah.
But he doesn't need to. He really doesn't need to.
Just hopefully his health comes back. That's all, really.
Yeah.
Exactly. When you hear that someone can't fly, like concussion stuff, you know, that's super serious. That basically means they're going to have all kinds of like probably difficulty, because the same happened with Bret Hart, like the post-concussion syndrome, where it's like, oh, you have difficulty sleeping, you have difficulty concentrating. Like I had COVID a few years ago when it was a thing, and then I got post-COVID syndrome, which I'm still affected by, and so like getting brain fog and stuff like this, and that's not from like a concussion, but it's just like if you literally your brain has been rattled like that.
I've had several concussions myself, and I went through something serious a few years ago, and you remember it.
Sure.
And like again, that was a phase of my life, like 4 years, where it's the brain fog, and there's like not so much confusion, but you're kind of just in again a big fog. And
do you know, Gav, let me tell you what I experienced, and tell me if you liken this at all. Because lots of people, when I've said about like this, now we're just talking medical stuff, but it's like people I'd have a hard time trying to explain to people what I'd experience, and I'd be like, imagine if you're in a pitch black room, and you've got like a flashlight that's got a very focused beam. If I'm focusing on something, so it's like, I can drive, I can do all this stuff. If I'm focused on it, it's fine. But then it'll be like everything else around it is kind of
exactly.
And so, like so many times on these shows, like with Extreme Improv or whatever, I'll be speaking to people, and thank God it says people's names here. So many times I'd look and I'd be like, Dev, Ian, and I'd literally read it off the screen, so my mind momentarily blanks. Yeah,
it's just weird thing.
Weird thing.
And like, I had it quite bad. It was even a case where like I'd be driving, and again I had a really bad accident, and it was a case where I don't know if that I was affected by the accident because it was a quad biking accident.
Sure.
And so driving, I couldn't get above 50 miles an hour, for instance. And that's how much I was affected, like with the brain fog, everything that was going on in my head. And I hope that, and again, it was a bit of dizziness as well.
Yeah.
And I was forgetting a lot of things as well. So it's only probably within the last year, maybe, that it's starting to click back in. I'm like, okay, kind of thing. So
wow.
There'll be times like we'll be on this show and you guys will be talking and it'll just, I'm gone. You know?
I think that's more of a reflection of us though, isn't it?
or it just means, Gav, you're just thinking about Bull Buchanan all the time. It's so
No. Hi, Sam.
Yeah, Gav sat there and in the back of it, it's like, hi Sam, like this, just somewhere in the back. Wow, no, that's rough. I'm trying to find out about this, about Adam Cole though. I can't find anything like specific. So
it was Alvarez, I think. Was
Alvarez asked Tony? He was like, "Yeah, you can't wrestle anymore."
That sucks. Go on, Dev.
What's really annoying is the AEW fans don't believe it because AEW is the place where you go if you're injured, but you can still come back. Like Edge, Daniel Bryan, Paige.
Yeah, but all of so not Paige, but the other two wrestlers.
Edge and Bryan came back in WWE, didn't they? That was where they had their big comebacks. Well, I guess like Bryan Danielson's the blueprint for, even if it looks really, really severe, you might, depending on your circumstances, get to a point where you're cleared to wrestle again if it's healthy for you and if it's what you want. So if that's what Adam Cole wants, then hopefully in the next X number of years he gets cleared. I always think the same about Big E. Like, I'd hope one day, if it's what he wants, he gets cleared. And if it's not what he wants, then good for him. Like, he's had a great career. Same with Adam Cole. Like, go and live your life. You know, that's more important. Life is more important than what happens in the ring. Like,
I feel with Big E, it's bad because it's spinal. So one bad bump and he's paralyzed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Dave,
right.
go ahead.
No. Big E doesn't need to. Like, literally, in terms of his career, what sucks for him is he'd just been world champion. Yeah. First world title run, and you feel like he'd just reached the very top.
That's right.
In the next 2 or 3 years, it could have been now he's really into it. Because when you look at a lot of people, the first time they win world titles, Punk, Edge, their first world title run is either short or they're not actually put in the main event. Yeah. And then later on, people accept them in that role, and now they have their big storylines and everything.
Right.
And just look at what they did do, even though they completely butchered it with the New Day turning on him. Imagine if he'd still been an active wrestler, and you could have had Kofi and Big E main eventing a few pay-per-views.
Yeah,
there was a load of potential, but for his career, if I was him, I'd look at it, I'd say I was world champion. The only thing to prove would be just like the thing with Edge, that I didn't end it on my terms, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's like, what are you coming back for? Right. If you really just like you miss it, but his age is ticking on. Why do you want to take bumps when there's this big question mark over if he's got kids, if he's married? Just don't do it.
Because he's dating my sister, isn't he?
I didn't know that.
I knew he was in a relationship because that was part of New Day's sort of heel turn, wasn't it? Was them talking about, oh, you're too busy with your girlfriend to care about
that's it.
Yeah. Well, like similar to Cena's heel turn / heel run is the New Day's heel turn / heel run, because the turn itself was incredible.
Yeah.
And then what they've done with them since has been really dire, really poor.
Same with Cena's heel turn. It's absolute year of botched heel turns.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
They had probably. Is there any example of other really bad heel or babyface turns? Wait, when? What, this year?
This one, yeah.
Well, he didn't turn heel.
Did he? Sorry.
It wasn't really heel, but he was more.
They changed his character and backtracked on it.
Yeah, and just went back.
Well, that whole situation was so weird. Cena's doing his retirement tour. Clearly, Cena and Truth are friends.
Yeah. He
wants a match with R-Truth. They give R-Truth one of John Cena's last matches. Yeah. Fire him a week later.
Yep.
Fan interest, outrage demands him back. They bring him back to attack Cena. They instantly change his gimmick, where people are like, wait, we didn't like it when you changed Cena's gimmick. Now you're doing it Truth.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say that it was that they didn't like it, but 2 weeks later, they were just like, oh, we're just reversing it.
Yeah.
They didn't even give that one a chance. They didn't give it a chance to see where it could be, because he was serious in the past. He can be serious.
Yeah.
Because the whole comedy thing, the little Jimmy thing that started there, and he was like, oh, wow, you're really good at comedy. Yeah. When that first started, he was a serious character.
Yeah.
And they could have played it out, but they didn't,
No.
And then they turned Matt Cardona into Zack Ryder, and that was so bad they canned him. And apparently he shit his pants.
Yeah,
apparently he shit his pants. I've got a feeling, because that was Karrion Kross that said that. Killer Kross, right? I've got a feeling that they're probably both in on that just so they can have a match. However, I don't think you live down that the rumor is that you shit your pants.
What the hell is the stipulation for that match if they're bringing up never mind first blood, it's first poop match.
That idea will get out there into the ether, and it's going to happen.
Diaper for the Americans.
Do you think diaper on a pole? That's
diaper on a pole. Deb.
Both of them are in Manchester in February, so I could go ask them.
Ask them.
Because they're both there, so they're both there together at the convention. So I could literally be like, "What's up with this boop thing?"
It might happen.
Dude Wipes have been sponsoring some matches, so maybe they're playing the long game.
What the hell are dude wipes?
Because wet wipes are too not manly enough, so they have to rebrand them.
So now they're dude wipes.
Yeah.
There was I believe there was a Dude Wipes chant in one of the matches.
Yeah.
I can't remember when.
Just like Monster releasing a female-only energy drink.
Do you know, so often with Raw nowadays, just because of like being busy, I'll have it on like whatever Netflix does, like 1.5 speed, and it'll be silent just because otherwise they sound like chipmunks. So I've been missing some of these sponsorships along the way.
Well, the sponsorships, I don't know what happens on other people's feeds, but they just kind of mute them. Whenever they're talking about sponsorship stuff, they just mute them.
Oh,
wow. But obviously in the States, I guess they're still airing it. So you just will suddenly hear, it's usually Joe Tessitore that I notice it most of all, where you'll hear like, oh, coming up next, we've got da-da-da, and then just...
It's just silence. Yeah.
Silent. And then they come back in, oh, yeah, da-da-da.
Yeah.
My favorite sponsor would probably be when they had Final Fantasy X2 sponsoring SmackDown, and Cole and Taz had to talk about Tidus and Yuna from Final Fantasy for like a minute, and it was amazing.
Wow. I've lost where I was going to go with anything next, guys. What else is on your mind? Oh, so we've got a new Intercontinental Women's Champion. Mm-hmm. That's worth talking about here, I think.
Yeah.
So the biggest point from it was AJ Lee, I think, but so for where that's leading. But I'm amazed. I thought Maxine Dupree, like, she's so much better. Like when she had a match a few weeks ago with Becky, it's like, okay, she's really improved. She's really improved, but I still think she's probably, if she's going to get to be really good, I think she's probably still a year away from it.
Yeah, she's improved from like hopeless to something less than hopeless, which is good. Yeah. She deserves credit for it, but she's not on the same level as
she's not
the rest of the roster.
It would either, well, then I say that it might come like with more reps anyway. Like she'll improve with more.
Yeah,
but sometimes. So it's going to sound bad. Sometimes certain people just don't have it.
Yeah.
So,
Bull Buchanan.
Even right.
Even right. Bull Buchanan.
The thing is, she's done so well. I'm really impressed with what she's done. And obviously, she's been training with Natty, and it's come across really well.
Well, you think everything about Alpha Academy, Max she is literally... a gender swapped LA Knight because he didn't want to do this shitty gimmick.
Yeah. And
again, like out of that, she's the thing at the moment. She's the only champion there. The others Otis is something of a joke. Yeah. He'll have a moment where he stares down. Like, okay, so Otis must look at what Bronson Reed is doing, thinking that I could have done that. I could have done that. I could have been in this gig, but they just had it, and he was Money in the Bank at one point, but they never made him a thing,
wasn't it? Yeah. I think it made sense with the storyline for Maxine Dupree to win the title. Like, you can't have Becky be that much of an asshole and then not pay it off. And I think it will lead to better things. And I'd like to think that Becky Lynch and Jessica Carr will do something, even if it's just a 1 or 2 week little mini feud, because I've really enjoyed that. Becky Lynch on Twitter, like since she lost the belt, has been like, she's been channeling Donald Trump with her tweets, and they've been excellent. Like,
in what way? I've missed this entirely.
Gone full blown.
I'm going to build a wall.
Just talking about sleepy Adam Pearce, and how corrupt the WWE is, and like lots of all caps tweeting, which has been great. Like really, really good stuff.
Okay, that is good. I like that. I have missed that, but yeah, that sounds good. Dev.
Related to that part, actually, Adam Pearce just posted a screenshot of his phone with like 200 missed calls from Becky Lynch.
Yeah, I saw that. It's great.
And regarding Maxine Dupree, recently she did I don't know if it was WWE or not, she did an interview where she confirmed that LA Knight is still her brother.
Oh, really?
He's just like Max is still my brother. He just has an injury and thinks his name is LA White. My family are worried about him. He won't even speak to us anymore. He won't even give me advice about the title match. We miss you, Max. Come back to us.
Well, see, that's interesting because that's like genuinely quite good patter. That's quite good stuff, and that doesn't seem to come through on TV so much, like that much personality and stuff. So
Yeah.
interesting.
Well, this is always the thing. There's so many of the wrestlers that have just got tons more personality than what they get the chance to show.
Mm-hmm.
And I say it almost every.
Is a good example of that.
Oh, I don't know if I agree with that. I can't stand Karrion Kross. Never could. And he seems like I saw a snippet of an interview with him a month ago, where I completely agree with him here. He said they wanted him to sign a deal, but when it came to like Scarlett, it's like, well, we'll do your deal first and then talk about hers. And I'd be like, well, what if I do a deal and then you cut her? That that's right, you don't mess up someone's home life like that, right? So I think he had to do that because they didn't really want him. But the whole, there's going to be a takeover, everyone's going to demand him back. They did not R-Truth for him, basically. The fan demand. Look, they didn't demand Carlito back, and he got released the same day as
Sarah Logan as well.
Yeah, exactly. And they didn't do it for Karrion Kross at all. And
I kind of wonder.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go.
I kind of wonder whether they were hoping that there would be because there was a rumor that it was kind of planned they were going to release Cross and then bring him back with the swell of support, and then just the swell never came.
Well, see, these things might happen because you can imagine. We said at the very top of the show about Zack Ryder's lack of pop, and I can just imagine that as it's like Triple H is with Zack Ryder, he's like, go get him, champ, woo, woo, woo. And he goes out there and Triple H is turning around, ready to present his contract to him. He hears the pop and just folds it up. And puts it back in
the old pocket.
Yeah, no, this isn't happening.
Is it because, I was there wondering if they brought him back because as Zack Ryder, because that's how WWE fans remember him. Mm-hmm. Would he be accepted as Matt Cardona?
I think he'd have had more of a reaction of Matt Cardona, and it may have even stifled his pop, just because people were probably a bit like, oh. So it's not like he's Zack Ryder again. Yeah, because he did do a thing like Zack Ryder's dead. I'm never coming back as him. And then in NXT a month ago, he was Matt Cardona.
Right. Yeah.
So it's just this is what I said, that they killed his return to WWE at all, by having him return on NXT in a meaningless way. Dev.
See, if they didn't have him as always ready and like in NXT, if it wasn't in NXT, right? If it was not part of the TA thing, whatever, leave him out of it, right? And he had to come back as Zack Ryder because, again, Jimmy had the whole what I call the Jim Dawson entrance special, where you recognize who it is from the first 3 seconds. Mm-hmm. So like glass breaks if you smell well, and like woo woo woo. If you hear woo woo woo, you know who it is.
Yeah,
because he needed that like theme because nobody would recognize Always Ready unless you watch indie shows, you won't recognize it.
Yeah, I get it, but I think they would have, and if it just instantly just come up Matt Cardona, I think people would have been pumped for, oh wow, he's back, but now he's instead of this mid card thing, they'll be like, oh yeah, but he's been on the Indies, he's the Deathmatch King, he was world champion in NWA and all this other stuff. Now he suddenly seems like, and he's going to come back and he's going to get Cena's last match. Zack Ryder comes out. And you can just remember the guy that Kane just pushed in a wheelchair off the stage. And it's like, this guy is losing to Solo.
Exactly.
Solo is killing this guy.
Yeah. Because that's what I was going to say. Like, Zack Ryder is a jobber. Like, he wasn't... You compare him and Zack... I was going to say Zack Ryder. So Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
You compare the two of them, and, like, Dolph, like, his reaction, his pop was out there. It was really good.
I agree.
And is it because Dolph is a 2-time world champ? Is it because of that there's more credence behind it?
I think so.
I think there's an MSG fact there as well, isn't there? Because that crowd were hot for the whole.
That's a fair point as well.
But with just to finish with the Zack Ryder stuff, like for me, I kind of thought it was nice, just because he's always struck me as someone who was like, WWE is my home. And I would die for WWE. I would like go back there, and they wouldn't even have to pay me, and I would go back there.
Yeah.
So I received it personally as like he wanted to be Zack Ryder. Like that's like he's Matt Cardona now as a means to an end almost. Yeah. That end being I want to get home to WWE and Zack Ryder. But
and plus his wife is there as well. So
true. Yeah.
Yeah. Dev.
So regarding Zack Ryder, he's actually said multiple times in interviews and stuff, he would literally drop everything to do whatever WWE tells him to do. Like he'd go back to Zack Ryder, he'd go back to Matt Cardona. He didn't mind as long as he was back in WWE. That's what he said. He'd happily be Zack Ryder again for the rest of his life if he meant by going back to WWE. And similar to that. The reason that, related to that, the reason that Dolph Ziggler had such a pop at MSG is because he kind of pushed for something. Because apparently the original plan was to announce him to be in a tournament.
That's right.
But he pushed to be surprise entrance instead, saying it's MSG. I need to be a surprise. The pop will be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And Hunter was like, okay, fine. And that's why we had the massive pop in MSG because nobody expected it.
Yeah. I'm trying to fact check something which might be a bogus headline here. I don't know if this is a shitty account, but it says parody account. This can't be real. No, I'm not going to bother with it. No, I'm not going to get into that if it's just trash. I'll try to fact check it, but I think it's trash. Okay, so we are just a week and a half away from Survivor Series, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And so, is this the biggest War Games match of all time?
It's the most boring War Games match.
Second biggest.
If you ask me.
In terms of star power, realistically, you've got one. Everyone feels like a main eventer. Obviously, Bron Breakker isn't Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed are on the verge. They're on the verge. They're just below that Big E spot that I said earlier. They could win a world title now, and it wouldn't set the world on fire. But then they'd be established in that position. They're just below it currently.
Right, and they're being presented as such. They are being presented as main event talent, whether they are yet or not. That's their
absolutely. And then on the other side, you've got Jimmy Uso, who is the Jannetty of the Usos. But other than that, everyone is, even Logan Paul is like a big star main eventer. So you've got Cody, Punk, and Roman on one team, and Jay, I guess, right? World champion this year. And then you've got Drew and Brock and Logan Paul, I guess, on the other one. So it's a lot of main event talent going into this.
Who's going over?
Well, I know who's going under, and that's Jimmy Uso. he's eating this pin so hard, right? Dev,
I keep joking that the star power of the heel team is so low because.
Solo's not in this, mate.
I was going to say, I thought he wasn't in it.
Yeah.
Even though Brock is a huge star, the rest of them having negative star power kind of balances it out.
Yeah. Okay, just very quickly on Solo, right? He must go to the locker room each week and look at his bunch of goons in this stupid face paint and be like, because of you, I missed out on War Games this year. This shitty group that just... feels like
it's okay, David.
Tonga Loa was in a War Games match a year ago, so and now they're like the core, the new Nexus or whatever. They're just absolute shitty faction.
And they should have had that traditional tag match on the actual Survivor Series.
On the actual PLE, yeah,
what are they
just
doing?
Stupid stuff.
Having a Survivor Series match on not Survivor Series one.
Yeah.
What?
It's akin to having the Andre the Giant Battle Royal on the SmackDown
Yeah,
before WrestleMania.
Wait.
Because they can't be asked to make space for it.
Yeah.
Actually, that made me think of something. Do they have enough female wrestlers to have a 5-on-5 sub-adversary match? In addition to the War Games.
Well, of course they do, because they do the Royal Rumble, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They just have to occasionally bring in someone from NXT.
No matter who would for example, for this Survivor Series right now, which 5 could they have? Which 10 could they bring in?
Well, Bailey and Lyra.
In addition to the women's War Game match, you mean?
So you're saying take those 10
match.
out?
No, have another match with 10 more in.
You got Bailey, Lyra.
Yeah.
You got
You've got Julia and Kiana on the heel side.
Yeah.
So that's
and obviously look already
so far.
You've got Nikki Bella and Stephanie Vicaire who've got a singles match on the card.
Me and you.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could still do this.
Chelsea Green, Alba Fire.
Yeah.
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 There's enough if they built up to it.
I think the women's War Games match, to shift to that briefly, I think is much more intriguing than the men's match. It's such a better built story that feels right for this event. I just keep looking at the men's War Games, just going, "What are you all doing here?
You know what
you're here because it's November, and we'd better book a War Games match." So here they are.
And what I'm looking forward to the most out of it all this, it's I'm really intrigued to see Brock versus Roman. I just don't know what's going to happen.
Well, that'll be interesting. So,
please tell me you're joking.
Are we getting Brock versus Roman at WrestleMania? Is that where this is leading to?
The only thing I want Brock to do, the only thing I want to actually watch that man do is put Gunther over, or put Obafemi over, or both, and then piss off. I think all the controversy aside, I'm so bored of Brock Lesnar. It does less than nothing for me.
There's a few people he can put over, but if you took Brock Lesnar just as I'm going to put people over machine, it would destroy his mystique anyway. So he needs to. He still needs to win, but he needs to have a match with Gunther. I agree. He should definitely put over Bron Breakker.
Thank you.
There you go. Yeah.
Bron Breakker.
Now they can't have the Vision. The Vision have become the new Judgment Day, where Edge was the leader. Has someone having an ultrasound in the background?
Someone's
yeah, there is a weird sound, right? So Edge was the leader of the Judgment Day, and then a month later they all turned on him, and now the same has happened to Seth. So they can't suddenly have Bron Breakker turn on Brock by WrestleMania. By WrestleMania, they could find their way to Brock versus Gunther. It doesn't feel like that's what they're going to do, because it feels like what they're doing at Survivor Series here, they're going to pair up these people. So you'll either have Roman versus Brock, you'll have Brock versus Cody again, they could do, because that was that last match there. You could have Brock versus Punk, and once again it's going to be with a Paul Heyman on a pole match. But there's not tons that I think you can do with Brock in terms of who he could actually have a good. He could try to have another feud somewhere down the line with Drew McIntyre, because obviously the match they had at Mania where he put McIntyre over was Brock saying, "Hey, I heard there's a virus out there. I'm giving you 4 minutes and I'm leaving," and that was it.
Yeah.
No one.
There's a virus and I go to my farm.
Exactly. Yeah, and look, Roman at the time as well was in the same position, but obviously it's because his health stuff. He was immunocompromised. Yeah. So he was like, "I'm bailing on this," and that's why Braun Strowman became world champion.
Where the hell's Randy Orton?
That's a good question. Where is Randy Orton at the moment?
Apparently, he was at Disneyland recently, but that's what I know.
That's nice for him.
Well, he kind of fits into the Cody Drew element of the feud, so you'd think that Jimmy Uso spot could be.
I was just about to say.
Okay, so yeah, do you know I was going to say this earlier. I think there's a mindset here that something's going to happen and Jimmy Uso is beaten up, and there's going to be an open spot. Now, I was thinking, could that be John Cena? Because do you remember when Randy Orton was that? Oh, we don't know who the last man is going to be in the War Games 2 years ago, and Orton came out.
Yeah.
What if John Cena loses the Intercontinental title back to Dom? You know, and like Jimmy Uso's beaten up. And they even show Randy Orton backstage, and we think, "Oh, Orton did this last time." But then John Cena comes out to help save the day.
It'll be his first and only War Games match.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
that'd be interesting.
No, I like before they put the Survivor Series rematch, the rumor that Cena was supposed to be the fifth man in the face team for Survivor Series.
Well, it doesn't surprise me.
Instead of Jimmy.
Well, the whole way they added Jimmy to the match was just so weird, because on Raw you had like Cody and Punk like being standing tall, and then on SmackDown, and Jay, on Raw as well, and then on SmackDown, Jimmy's just there backstage and goes, "Oh yeah, I phoned Punk and he says it's fine." So,
it's just like so weak.
Weak is the word, Gav. Absolutely.
Well, do you know what? Look, speaking of like R-Truth earlier with this storyline, we finally have discovered who Little Jimmy is. You know, it is Little Jimmy. It's not Big Jim. It turns out he was Little Jimmy the whole time. And it's just like, oh, we've got to bring along him as well. You know, Dev.
So the one thing I don't get is what I just realized as well. Why are my fungible tokens, which is what I call the Solo Sikoa team, right? Why are they facing random select instead of the Wyatt Six?
Sorry?
Why are they facing a random team instead of the Wyatts?
Okay, so what is the random team?
It's Sami Zayn and a collection of Shinsuke and the Machine Guns and
Ray Phoenix.
Yeah, Ray Phoenix.
Oh, right. Okay.
So, yeah, but they had been teasing, because they had a face-off in the ring, didn't they, with the Wyatts that how inexplicably loved. So you'd think they're leading to something, and that you've still got little Wyatt teases in the background of all that. Right. So maybe are they going to hold that until Mania? Like,
nah,
that
can't last. No.
Yeah. Well, okay. So, what was the thing going on with? Oh, okay. So, IRS. He's been of really poor health.
He had a heart issue, and he was in not hospice, but like
that was rumored, and then they were like, "Oh, it's not quite so bad." So there was stuff saying, "Is Bo Dallas sort of half taking a step back, again taking care of family?" Because
he seems to be off screen for a few weeks, but I think the most recent SmackDown, he was kind of hanging around in the backstage whilst they were talking about the 5 and 5.
Yeah.
So for Survivor Series, so far 4 matches are announced. I guess we'll get one more probably for whatever that might be. I don't know.
War Games ones are so long, aren't they?
They are.
Just be a 4 match.
I mean, it could be. Cena versus Mysterio. Everyone obviously is set up that Mysterio is going to win this. What does it look like if Cena keeps the Intercontinental title? You know, that'd be interesting.
I'd prefer that.
Okay, so I think that if he keeps the title, I don't think Gunther wins the. I don't think Gunther wins the tournament. I think Sheamus wins it, so that Sheamus can win the title. I don't see his last match.
I mean, but Sheamus had Edge's last match. Why does Sheamus get these? Like,
Gunther had everyone. Gunther had Goldbergs. Gunther had Goldbergs.
Gunther had Goldbergs, but
Sheamus. So one of these guys retires people.
I think that becomes Gunther's thing. I think they have him retire Cena, and then I would say I actually think Cena beats Dom, and then Gunther takes the title in Cena's last match. Then you can build to Sheamus and Gunther for the.
And I'm projecting ahead to 2026 now.
Okay,
Gunther beats AJ Styles at Saturday night's main event.
Oh my
in his last match. Yes. And then Sheamus's last match.
Yeah.
And then, please God, Lesnar's last match. Just have him be the
and Rey Mysterio's last match.
Yeah. Rey Mysterio, by the way, on Raw, ageless. That man is ageless.
Stem cells.
Stems. I was about to say that, Dev. Yeah.
And he seems to have slimmed down a bit as well, which seems to have really helped him. Everything looks so
brilliant.
crisp.
50? Was he 51?
He's 50. I looked it up because Cena's 48 and Rey is 2 years older at 50.
Yeah, I'm the same age as Cena, but yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
For so long.
That is crazy for how long. So he is 50.
Yeah.
December 11th, Rey Mysterio will be 51.
Mm.
You know, genuinely, he could wrestle quite a few more years if he wanted to. Yeah. The only question would be is like, can he keep doing some of his style? Because if you're taking splashes and stuff, it's not crazy like it used to be. But
his last run before this most recent absence, he seemed to be a lot bulkier. He seemed to be carrying a lot more muscle. Whereas this Monday, he looked a lot more slender, which suited him and maybe suits longevity. I don't know, but
big time. Be less pressure on your limbs, your joints, basically. Knees especially. So
Dev.
But hasn't Rey Mysterio been wrestling since he was like 14?
Yeah, something like that.
So he's had like 40-year career.
He was in WCW like at the beginning of Nitro in like one of check out this guy. He can just do everything, spinning around the ring.
Yeah,
this guy. That was like 1996 probably he debuted in WCW, if not 95 or not, maybe 96, 97. I want to say for when he debuted, which is crazy to think that he's still there. You know.
Something I realized is when I was looking up old Rey Mysterio stuff on YouTube and stuff, when he unmasked in WCW and he joined the Filthy Animals, he was just like Dom. He talked like Dom.
So when you saw Dominic Mysterio as like a 7-year-old, he looked exactly like Rey Mysterio did in the Filthy Animals when he was an adult.
Yeah.
And then Dom has grown up to look somehow more like Eddie Guerrero as an adult. So how does that? Because like when he was like a 7-year-old, you're like, well, we can see who his father is because he's a spitting image of his father. His father is a child as an adult, so we know. But maybe this means that Eddie Guerrero was Rey's father as well.
Also, cheat still.
Also, I saw something funny on Instagram where Eddie Guerrero's daughter was like telling Dom, was like, stop pretending my dad's your dad. And Dom replies, our dad.
Well, there was a bit on Raw, I think it aired during the commercial, where the crowd were chanting to Dom as he and Rey were fighting in the tag match, who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? And so Dom immediately hit the Three Amigos. Like, that's great stuff.
Brilliant.
That is good. Okay, guys, before we begin to wrap things up here, I'm looking to see if there's any big news, but anything that we've not covered so far.
Gunther and Javon Evans, great match. Absolutely incredible match. And Javon Evans, impressed me so much because it wasn't just about him being a high flyer. He seemed to be leaning into how physical Gunther was.
Okay,
really laying it in.
Should have they saved that match for later in the tournament?
I think so. I think that could have been the final. I think you could have really built Javon as
exactly
this kid's got it.
Yeah,
because one of the things
I would put Gunther over, but it would have meant more.
Now, we don't know tons about the Saturday night main event, but Cena made a point of saying it's going to be a celebration where we're going to see some of the best NXT. It's like, okay, is that a hint that someone, instead of not saying that they're old timers, but instead of the Sheamuses and the Rusevs, that it's going to be Javon that goes, gets the upset over Gunther, which obviously is not the direction they went. But they could have had him go to the final.
Yeah.
Because what is the final of this tournament? I can't even.
Sheamus and Jay, I reckon. Sheamus and Jay. Not Sheamus, I beg your pardon. Gunther and Jey Uso, which I don't want to see again, but I expect that.
I was going to say, I don't really want to see that. But
no. Who's anybody does.
I wish I could find the brackets for it.
Tonight is SmackDown, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, You know,
We've got Carmelo Hayes and
is this?
And then Penta and someone else.
Oh, right.
Okay, so this is. I don't know if this isn't brackets though, and obviously this is pre-solos match. But so is this the brackets? So Sheamus,
Right.
is it against Rusev next?
Yeah.
Or is it Sheamus against Uso next?
No, I think it's Sheamus and Rusev.
Okay, so they're the pair. So what? So LA Knight's putting over Jey Uso again.
Ooh.
For God's sake. Gunther and Solo, have they ever wrestled before? That'll be an interesting match.
That'll be different.
Yeah, it will be different. I think that's an interesting pairing, really.
Yeah. Who do you reckon?
Yeah, I don't know whether they. Sorry, go ahead, Gav.
Oh, sorry. I was just thinking the other one will be Braun versus Penta, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Braun versus whoever was between. Penta versus whoever was between Braun and Carmelo, because Melo might win.
So I think Melo will win because the babyface War Games team will do something, or there'll be some War Games.
Yeah.
So Melo can win.
Oh, that's a good point. I don't know. When I look at this, the LA Knight, I don't want Gunther to have this. I don't want Gunther to have this. I'd have had him either as a shock loss here or a shock loss in the final. LA Knight I wouldn't be against. Zack Ryder would have been more interesting if he was still in it. Dolph Ziggler would have been more interesting still in it. Joe Hendry would have been interesting in it. I don't really want Rusev or Sheamus unless they're just like really good friends with Cena and he just wants that.
I think the reason why I don't think it's going to be Sheamus now is because he shared the ring with him on
that. I agree.
I think that was Cena like wanting to have his friends with him in one of the last matches. That's
a lovely moment for Sheamus to be like, no, you get in the middle.
You get in the middle. Right, exactly.
Because Sheamus has been in such a weird place for literally years now.
Yeah.
Because he's a multi-time world champion and it doesn't feel like he's a contender in that realm in the main event at all.
Yeah.
He's not even in this spot where, occasionally we'll give him a world title shot and you might think, he's back in the picture, like they do with Big Show every so often.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. It just feels like he's completely out the conversation. And yet, he still does have bangers, here and there.
Yeah. I think him getting the IC title eventually and becoming another Grand Slam champion will be a nice sort of bow on his career. And then he can have his bangers, almost like they're doing with Ilya Dragunov with the US title. I could see Sheamus doing that with the Intercontinental and just literally calling it banger after banger.
The banger after banger series. I like it.
His finish.
What, Sheamus?
Ilya.
Yeah.
It's a 5-knuckle shuffle.
It's weird. Like, isn't it? Oh, okay. I know that there was a guy in the UFC that actually used to finish his fights like that. But I thought that was an illegal blow. Then again, wrestling has changed a lot because you was
it's a hammer fist, isn't it?
Sorry.
It's a hammer fist.
Yeah. So, like beforehand, that would have been outlawed in wrestling, wouldn't it? But
because they quite often the refs would be like, "Open your fists up," sort of thing, wouldn't they? Yeah.
Like, but then when I look at it and I say that, I just thought of the Big Show knocking people out. So
right.
I guess
Well, quite a few. Like, so Big Show would do a punch. For like a few people have had like a hard
Logan Paul.
Yeah. What's he call it? Like one lucky punch or whatever.
The thing with Dragunov that gets me at the moment is that the Open Challenge is great. I love them showcasing mid-card titles. But in this storyline he's doing with Ciampa, like Dragunov is the heel. He is being the heel because he's like, no, I'm not going to give you. It's an open challenge, mate.
Stuck in it.
If you came out first, that's the challenge, right?
Exactly.
And so it's another weird incident of.
But I just see him as a heel anyway. I see Dragunov.
It does definitely fit that vibe more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great, Dev.
The funny thing I heard about the Open Challenge is nobody like in real life, nobody wants that match. Like nobody wants to answer that match in real life because
it hurts.
Apparently, wrestling Dragunov is really, really tiring because it goes too hard.
Yeah. and
So
scary
nobody can do it.
with some of the moves that he's pulling off. Like I was like with that match with Frazier, I
Yeah.
was so scared when they went for that. Like he was off the top turnbuckle.
Was it a Spanish Fly?
There
Yeah.
was a Spanish Fly, but like he went to grab him to suplex him as well, and Frazier's neck so close to the mat, and I thought, I kind of cringed. I was like, oh, because I thought he was going to break his neck. So
I did that with one of Lesnar's throws on Raw. I can't remember whether it was Cody or Punk, but he threw one of them, and I was like, "Jeez, that's like." I know your thing is you're supposed to be this badass, but like, that's rough.
Okay, that is something that's a worry about Lesnar, because even though like he is a freak in this regard, at a certain point, just doing belly to bellies, it might be that someone lands on their head, and it's like and it happens a second time. Because you can't just keep doing that over and over, especially when his thing is that he does it 20 times in a match.
Right.
It's a risky move. It's a risky move. Okay, Dev, we'll come to you and then we will begin to wrap up. Can't find any breaking news.
With the Lesnar and suplex thing, it's basically the WWE have a rule where you have to land a move 100 times without injuring anyone, and if you can do it safely, that you do it forever. So because Lesnar has done it so often, he's not very likely to mess it up, as opposed to Rich Holland or someone else.
Well, yeah, but then you'll see that Jericho botches a lion soul, years later. It's like it can happen. I take your point. He does it so much. But again, it's just it's a
throw and really high with that. Cody went high with that, and even it was both. Cody jumped pretty high with it, and Lesnar went with it, and I was just like, sheesh, it was a bit scary. That was he was high up, but the other thing is, I was going to say we haven't actually mentioned that convention with AJ and the fan.
AJ Lee and the fan.
With the crazy fan.
Hideous, yeah.
What AJ? AJ Lee or AJ Styles?
Lee.
Yeah.
What happened?
Some weirdo fan created a AI of AJ kissing him, and he decided to post it. It was just like,
And AJ Lee, I think, was posted and asked for it to be taken down, and it's just like, what? It's psychotic. It really is. It's just crazy. Unhinged.
What's wrong with people?
Right?
Yeah. This is the dark side of AI, that you can fake all this deep fake crap and stuff like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting how things have changed over the last few years, where there's so much more wrestlers on social media saying to fans, don't come over to us at the airport, don't come over to us when we're with our families at a restaurant, and stuff like this. Just because there's more crazy people where you see them. Well, let me just quickly finish. Just saying, where you see them all the time on social media or whatever, and people forget what the boundary is.
Right.
But go on. Go on, Ian.
I was just going to say that it needs calling out. To your point, the more and more we can call it out, the better, because it's just in no realm of life is it acceptable behavior to anybody. Never mind a famous person or whatever. It's just gross.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dave.
Yeah, Dev.
So I don't know if you guys remember that video, or somewhere in Europe, France or something, where they surrounded Rhea Ripley and wouldn't let her leave. Wouldn't let her get in the car. They were holding the car door shut. So she
Paris, I think.
It's really scary, especially for a woman. Come on now, what are you doing? You wouldn't do that to Brock Lesnar, would you?
Well, no. Well, do you remember there was a thing with CM Punk after he returned to WWE, where a woman grabbed him in the audience, and in the end, you sort of see him saying "Stop that now."
Yeah.
Do you remember that? That was probably a year ago or whatever. But this is where people like. The flip side is like when you go back to the 80s and it'd be like, okay, people are bringing a knife and they're trying to kill at the Midnight Express or something. So it's a different kind of creepy stuff. But there was the whole thing about like stalkers outside the performance center and stuff like this. I don't know how you get rid of weirdos because they're weirdos, you know. But WWE does need to think about one, security, and two, like the online stuff. Just like, well, what can you do about this? And it's like, if stuff's copyright, like even when I'm like screen sharing anything on the show, I'm like, WWE or AEW is just going to automatically flag something. So they just need things like this where they have a team that, rather than put it on social media, AJ could just say to the WWE lawyers, the lawyer team, who just put a takedown thing on it. But right, anyway, guys, on this note, let's find out where we can find everyone on social media. Hopefully I'll be watching Full Gear tomorrow, so we can have any thoughts on that. If not, we'll go over some of the highlights and stuff.
Is it tomorrow? Sorry, Full Gear.
Yeah, it's this weekend. I think it's tomorrow. I
know normally it's a Sunday for AEW, but
it's AEW super flips back and forth. Sometimes it's been a Saturday. What date is it today? It's the 21st. So yeah, the 22nd is tomorrow.
Oh, cool. I might watch it then.
Yeah, so I prefer when it's on a Saturday because then you know it's not going into a Monday morning. So
yeah, exactly.
You know, so Full Gear is tomorrow. Survivor Series is a week from now, and we're less than a month away from John Cena's retirement. So it's a busy old time with big shows.
Going on.
Yeah, and yeah, let's find out. Dev, where can the people find you?
You can find me on TikTok and Twitch on the name F2UDAT.
Okay. Gav, where can the people find you?
Find me here or even YouTube. Gavin Best.
Okay, amazing. Ian.
Find me right here next time.
Awesome. My name's David Pistansky. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. At David Pistansky and all things Slam Jam Wrestling Show related. So until next time, keep smashing that subscribe button, you Slam Jam bronies. And boom, we are off the air. Woo, woo, woo. You know it.
You know it.